Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Just Rolled Already. I'm Daryl.
I'm John.
And I'm guest Matt.
Okay, in the final segment that we usually record, Tales from the Couch. Some of our legends, rants, and beefs that we have with people, places, and games. So, I think I'm going to kick this one off. Mine's kind of a rant story, and this is a bad GM, and I kind of have a problem with this thing personally. The extremely box canyon games. Like, you don't even get to decide where to go. Now, how this story goes is that I make a character, backstory, stats go with the backstory,
Yeah.
everything goes
And then
on.
the backstory's rendered moot.
Yeah, it's rendered moot. And I say, okay, that's perfectly fine. We are far away from my homeland anyways. He said so. We were all kidnapped. Whoop-de-doo. And we are told from beginning to end by subjugation, domestication, brainwashing, untouchable NPCs left and right. I guess you can say he is a who should not be gamed kind of person. Not with the same psychotic tendencies, but his gameplay style was bad.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, oh, come on, I just want to play my ranger. I want to play my character. I want to play what I want. I want to keep on going. Just let us have something. And he was just narrating every little thing. And he says, you find this, you do that. Roll this, roll that, roll that. Okay, this is what you find. And he just keeps on going and going and going. It's like a manual. Now, I don't have a problem with people who are doing tactical games that have very little role-play in it. I do have a problem when people narrate what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's one of, like, the gentleman's code in gaming, or gentlewoman's code, gamer's code general. Don't mess with the players. All they have is their characters. Leave them alone. They don't have anything else. If you're a game master and you tell people what happens, guess what? You rule the world. You don't rule their minds. Because the characters decide where they go, and how they react to things, and it's always irritating when they do this.
Within the confines of not being meta.
And it's just every time. And so I keep on going with this game, keep on going with this game, keep on going with this game. I Shanghai the game. I sit there and I instantly, when he says, and you guys may make your decision now where to go. So I sit down in a war cancel style with all the players, because we're all thinking the same. We begin role-playing, and we do this for 3 hours. It was a simple decision, left, right, or center. And we start making all this RPing, we make all those little things. And then we got down to the joke of what we did. We started a campfire in front of each entryway, and we waited to see air move. And he says, well, go make perception checks, you have to do this now. We roll it, it's like, well, you're going to be waiting for a while because you can't tell. I'm like, okay, that's perfectly fine. We started making biscuits. We made biscuits in a dungeon. We cooked biscuits, and we were waiting. And he says, okay, well, let's see what happens down here, and down here. Okay, you hear hordes of shambling coming from this one, and this one. Well, all three of them are trapped? Well, golly, I guess which one we're choosing. We went back. We started going back the whole crazy thing, and then he said, like, what are you guys doing? Like, we're running. We're not going to fight 3 hordes at once. It's our decision. And we keep on doing this whole crazy thing. And we collapsed the entryway, and we had a druid in our party. What did he do? He made an entryway to the surface.
Yep.
Soften earth.
Yeah, my spell, man.
Yeah. Stone to mud. Just all the way to the top.
It actually turns stone into clay, which is then a raw resource for using sculpt checks.
Well, it's easy for a dig check, too.
Well,
it depends. It turns stone into clay or dirt into sand.
Yep.
Okay. But after all that whole thing, we get to the surface, it's like, what do you guys do? You're destroying my game. Like, no, we're playing. We decide. Our actions will determine your reactions. Not the other way around. We are not pieces on a board that you get to tell us like little puppets. I don't have a stick on my back. I think I'm okay. But yeah, that's my rant. Don't touch my character.
You know, my story rant kind of ties into that because the game that I was doing, I gathered all the players, and we were like, oh, we're going to go visit the Lord Regent of the city, and, you know, he's been known as an eccentric one. So he comes in all flamboyant, and they're just like, I bet you $20 he's a bad guy. And I'm like, So they go about, and I successfully, what I wanted to do was split the players up and incapacitate them for, you know, story ups. And I found these certain spells that would let me erase the player's memory of the previous round.
Yeah.
And so I gave these aberrations, inflict pain and that memory thing. And it was pretty much just like I would double team a like defenseless player because they were in the King's Castle, so they couldn't do anything. So I would just all right, you're gone. And I did it to the next character who was actually a little more on top of it because he was in a tower, so he was just, I tackled the damn thing out the window. Like, well, you know what? Fair enough. And he tackled it out the window, and they were garnered by, you know, guards, and just, oh, we'll take her to the infirmary, and they took him away. And we get to the third guy, and same happens to him. Fourth guy comes down. We've done about an hour of the rest of his party, all at like simultaneous times, being wiped. So it is obvious it is going to happen to him, and I meta is bad, but at a certain point you might use meta in a good way in your gaming by maybe acknowledging that the game master, we are playing a game, so maybe I can adjust and not, I wouldn't say screw the narrative, but kind of screw the narrative for a while. Because what he did was right when I had him inflict pain, he was like, oh, screw that, man, I run. I don't have any weapons, I run. I was like, what do you mean you run? You fight it, come on. You probably beat its ass. Come on,
no,
try it.
It's got me outmatched.
Yeah, it was like, no, it's clearly got me outmatched. I run.
Yeah.
It was like, I run to the guards. It was like, okay, the guards meet you, and you see, so I had him roll, alright, you get this far, alright, this thing's chasing you, so it gets that far. And so you run to the guards, and the guards were just like, hey, what are you doing without your pants? And you're just like, well, I was having, but listen, it's a demon, it's an aberration, it's just, blah, blah, and, babbling coherently. And so he then says, alright, I run past him, and they were just like, well, shit, no, they wouldn't necessarily, they don't have a feet, no one shot. No, so he runs past him up the stairs. They're, what? The aberration runs. So now this would clearly cause conflict. So I have the aberration fucking conflicting with these guys, and my player running up this parapet to get up to the top of the wall because he wants to like get out of the obvious thing I am doing.
Yeah.
And so he gets to the top of the wall, and it's just like, is there a moat? And I'm like, yes, there is a moat. Make a jump. I know what you're going to do. Make a jump check. And, okay. He only had to jump 5 feet. It was totally fine. So he makes a jump, lands fine. He gets out, and at this point, it's been about 45 minutes of, just roll for how far you get, because I kind of wanted this aberration just to catch up, somehow, and inflict pain or make him forget or something. No, so he jumps off, lands in the moat, gets out, and I'm just kind of sick and tired. Every other player is just like, dude, I was dead 2 hours ago. Freaking come on.
Yeah.
I want to play.
Yeah, players who are trying to, they know what's exactly going on. It's a story-based plot, but they decide to be a butthead and avoid it.
Yeah, but
it's meta. It's meta.
But I still I acknowledge that, yes, that is a thing his character would do, and technically speaking, he's playing his character, because that character doesn't have any weapons, and is so bad,
In character, yes, but it's still trying to be an annoying little twat.
Yeah, and so everyone was, yelling at him, and I didn't want that to happen, so I was just like, you know what, 15 people that you see come across the street are just, are you okay? See him jump off? They all cast Inflict Pain at once. Surprise round. You are now at negative 10 temporary hit points.
Or non-lethal.
Yeah, non-lethal. Can you take that? Make it DC $1 billion. Well, guess what? You don't frickin' get it. Now you're in the dungeon. Congratulations. With the rest of them. And it just kind of irked me. And
yeah,
but it ended up working. Because then I had the big bad who, yeah, of course it was the Lord Regent. He's flamboyant, and he just met him, and yeah, of course. You know, he said, oh, hello, I'm going to have so much fun playing with you. Why did this Church of Bahamut send you?
I would have had his, like, 5-year-old son do it. Just to screw with him. Like, there's a little boy doing this to us. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
No.
He's like a Dickensian orphan.
Oh,
I'm here to kill you.
Merch. Yes, just, do you have a halfpenny? No.
We'll make you sing.
I'll cut you from hole to hole. Just, oh, no.
Oh, the fun times we'll have together.
God. But anyway, so like we had a fun time because, of course, this character picked. It played in with his character and everything, and he asked me if he could do it. He picked masochistic. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, this guy's gonna try and get some info out of you, and if you tell him to shove it, well, he's gonna hurt you.
He's like, oh.
And any normal person, I don't like being hurt, you know, whackety schmackety. But no, so we had this guy get off on pain, and the Lord Regent, I had to incorporate it. He was just kind of in awe of you. So he breaks your fingers and moves on to the next one.
I would have said, Zeus comes and starts giving you a relaxing massage.
No, you're ruining it. Yeah, well, the funny thing is he was a spellcaster, so I just, well, your hands then. A somatic component. Oh no! But I ended up not, bothering with that. But anyway, so it ended up working, and it went out without a hitch. But it was just getting there was such a slog, and just, I mean, you never meta game if you're going to screw anyone else's time.
Yeah.
Well, never metagame, period. It should be a de facto rule.
Yeah, just have fun.
Yeah, have fun, but I mean, like...
There's a difference between playing a game and then being a prick. I mean, there's a lot of times, like, in your games, I could have easily used out-of-character knowledge, and I think, I could do this, but I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, and you look at me, and you see that look on my face, like, I could so cheat right now.
Yeah.
I could totally screw everything up, but I'm not, because I don't know it.
Yeah.
Well, you can still make a knowledge check. Like, that's the thing. I'll allow anyone to make a knowledge check.
Well, even when I roll the knowledge check and I know I'm not going to get, I'll still attempt it, but...
Well, I know what knowledges are DTs in. Like I said, I go off of stats based on this is the maximum utmost of what you can do.
Yeah, but I mean, I just mean meta in the fact that, like, if you could tell that you're
knowing
game master,
and knowing a skeleton's weakness is freaking bludgeoning.
No.
That's meta.
No. I mean, like, if you know your game master is literally trying to get you all in one room, why would you directly counteract that? Why would
destroy meta? Yeah.
And they're definitely trying to troll you for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I know it wasn't any ill will. It was just he didn't want that to happen, and I was just like, let the story. It's about the story. And then I just like cup his head and slowly press my fingers into this. Just let the story take you. Let the oh no shush, no words, only sleep. Only dreams now.
Blade Runner.
What?
Who cares?
No, what does he said when he killed the creator?
Oh, I can never remember. But
I don't remember either.
I don't think he said anything. It was just
just look out. Just look out on the lake, Lenny. Look out on the lake. Put the rabbit down.
That's
there you go.
Yeah.
Of Mice and Men. There you go.
Okay.
But that one was mine.
Yeah. What about your John?
I have a conniption dealing with players, too, but it's a bit different. You ever had those players that just not that they whine about everything, but when something bad happens to them, they hyperbolize it to the utmost.
I get what you're meaning, because the moment that they're attacked, or
like, imagine a wizard, like, the player they're thinking too much in character now.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite the opposite of actually thinking out of character. It's too much in character, as in like a D4 of hit points as a wizard, you take 2 damage, and it hurts. But they throw it to like, I'm going to run away because there's no chance in hell I'm going to fight this because I'm so weak. And they play up the weakness because they're trying to get sympathy out of me. Or they're just trying to get sympathy out of the DM.
I can totally get what you're talking about. There's a few times Kylie did that to me.
Like a get out of damage free card.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, if you hit me once, I'm dead.
Ooh, whoa! You should have thought of that when you
Yeah, that's
took
why
a
you-
0 con score and became a wizard.
Yeah. That's why you don't take negatives to con as a wizard. You can technically have 0 hit points.
Yeah.
Don't.
The moment you get hit by a door, you're dead.
Yeah. The cat sneezes on you, you die instantly.
A strong breeze.
You're like Mr. Burns. The only reason you're alive is because of the Three Stooges effect.
Yeah.
All the diseases are trying to get out at once, and they stop. So, no. Yeah, no. But no, it's freaking... Oh, God, what was it? It was actually a friend's game, and I was in it, and one of the players, a wizard, had been struck by non-lethal damage. So, as a wizard, he gets hit. He's like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Oh, he just whined about it for about half an hour. And there's nothing we could do about it. Like, there's no pleasing this guy. He got so fed up. Also, in another game, wasn't damage related, but it was I wasn't spoon feeding him the answers. I give up immediately.
So they expect the baby bird effect.
Yes.
That's not roleplay.
No, it's not.
That's kind of BS if you ask me, because when you roleplay, you're supposed to figure stuff out. If you don't get it, you don't get it.
Yeah.
You missed the magical MacGuffin. You missed the magical MacGuffin. You fail a part of a story plot. You failed it. You made a mistake. You make a mistake. You get wiped by a group of bandits, goblins, orcs, space marines, or otherwise.
Yeah.
That's game. Who cares? Okay, this is the point. You gotta play your game, play your character. If you have 3 hit points, you have 3 hit points. If you have 1,000, you have 1,000.
Yeah, but I think there's a greater intrinsic, not flaw, but there's an intrinsic detail in that kind of behavior, and it's that there's a sense of escapism, because we all play games to escape. It's really stress. We're escaping the everyday life. Yeah. But some people take it to the point where that is their only escape.
No, that's unhealthy. That's extremely unhealthy.
Well,
you got to remember
there are other forms of escape, namely drugs, alcohol abuse, violent acts. Those are also very unhealthy.
Video game addiction.
It's not as unhealthy as beating somebody to death.
Well, yeah, but I get what you were saying. Like it's not. Look, I love my character in Chair's game. Mm-hmm. The Nim Skathash will live on in my games forever.
For eternity.
Yeah, for eternity.
Now until
I love him.
In time.
And I love the stuff I have pulled with him and the stories that I can tell. Now, I am not my character.
Right.
No, you're not a pyromaniac druid.
Yeah, I'm not a pyromaniac druid who
burns insolence
out of eyes and uses, heads as puppets.
That's funny though. It's you know the little pencil caps that have the little hands.
Oh yeah.
That's what I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like except it's a hammer cap.
Yeah.
Hello, children.
Oh god, that was beautiful.
Pulls the spine to move the jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's always important to remember that you are not your character, and that if your character dies, whackety schmackety do. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
And you know what? Worse comes to worse. If you really want to be that guy, bring him back with a blue cape.
Yep, pretty much.
I've
I've had this problem with your as a player, I felt the urge, but it was not as bad because just. Daryl, you have some really bullshit encounters. I'm going to say it right now.
Well, you have some BS builds, so...
Mine's not a BS build. Mine is a... It is
you min-max with a
It's not a min-max.
Goblin firebomber. Okay.
But he's a goblin. He's 3rd level, and you're like, oh, well, it's an encounter. It's a CR5 encounter. It's a level 3.
Guess what?
2 players, level 3, CR5 encounter.
And you won.
Yes, I won. Through dumb luck. And the fact that our bard, the other player, has Cure Light Wounds. The only reason. That and fall prone for a +4 to AC against ranged attacks. The only reason I survived.
Not to mention there'll be +4 to Dex and a +2 to...
That's Goblin, though.
I know. And then Jeremiah's +2 to Dex.
I could have put all my points in... actually, I did put all my points in 2 interactions.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you have an intelligence
Actually, after
thing that I'm
20?
in next.
No, it's
No,
actually
you have
my
dex
dex
is
is my dex is 22
Your dex is 22. Your intelligence is 18.
And you have a 22 and you're level 3?
because here's the way it's using the second edition dice roll. So you take your base 8s, roll 7 dice, assign those dice. I had 2 6s, 2 4s, 2 3s,
And a 5. Yeah.
8 went to a 2. Let's say it was like 2 6s into it, and then a 3.
In short, he made a very beefy character.
There's a 4 and a 6 into 4 and 6, 4 and 6. There's actually 2 4s, 2 6s, a 3 and a 5. So
literally he can.
I put 10 into 2 stats, so 18, intelligence, dexterity, because I'm an alchemist, and plus 4 to dex from goblin.
He can matrix a bullet.
Well, getting shot, it's funny because my touch AC is higher than my flat-footed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, we're just gonna do this now.
yeah.
Also, I was rolling crap because that's like
Yeah, until you critted me.
twice.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't a freaking gun.
You would
Crit goblin, D10 of damage. Let's see, I'm gonna roll that 4 times. That's 40 damage. How did you roll max? Oh, I rolled it once times 4. It's not how you crit, Daryl. It's not how you
I
crit.
don't crit that way anymore.
Okay, thank
that's
you.
totally how you crit. Come on.
After you beat me with the
Oh, I rolled a
hose-
1. Well, I'm gonna roll it 3 more times.
Yeah, no,
That's
no.
bullshit. I gotta have max damage here.
Yeah, no, roll max damage times by 4. I've exploded your brains all
You
across
had-
the floor.
You had fun and you enjoyed every bit of it. Okay.
As I was like, yeah, the difference is though, when I described it, I didn't complain about it, and this goes back to my point. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna reattach this arm here because it was shot the like that sergeant Saving Private Ryan who picks up his own arm.
Yeah.
That's
it's
what
just
happened.
Like, yep, gonna find a cleric. Gonna find a cleric.
Everything's gonna be fine.
All right, heal leg wounds there, and you just have a scar there now.
There's regenerate. That is a
Oh god, no! Jer's character in the Goblins game.
Regenerate his fingers, but no.
Yeah, no, he sewed his. Yeah, he killed his enemy, and then
that took
sewed.
his ring fingers
that
off
took
and
his
put
ring
them-
fingers and put the enemy's ring fingers on
Yeah,
like
giant
heal-
fingers. He's a goblin, and it's like a bugbear finger.
and healed them together. That was beautiful, and then he just has. We call him Albert Ringfinger Man now. That's a really long title. Yeah, we know, but it was better, you know.
our stupidity.
My goblin was Emperor Palpatine,
Yeah.
Yep.
chaos war cleric.
Yeah, he was ranges at everything.
I took a level of, I think the second level was sorcerer.
Yeah.
Cleric sorcerer, so I was like, unlimited power, lightning, shocking grasp.
Yeah. Yep, and it was a good old druid, and I was just like, hey guys, you know what's cool? Stoned him out. Oh, alright, we're safe.
I mean, like it was just a good, like,
We
ate everything.
just turned into like, you know,
It's
by
like
the way,
Iron
I'm
Chef
also a
Goblin edition.
yeah, I'm also a cannibal, so I hope you guys are cool with that. And everyone was just
Yeah,
like,
they-
yeah, that's fine.
I
We're
described
like eating our dead.
Yeah.
And it was also funny, you guys got like equipment and random rolls. You guys lose equipment and then you gain equipment all over again, and then you
And then
lose
we made
equipment.
a
and
fortress out of the giant, like,
Yeah.
was it cave?
I did
the cave,
that. Yeah,
then
it
you
was
made,
a cave
you, made
spider.
you made a giant
cave claw or whatever it's called.
Cave cottage.
Yeah.
Cave crab cottage.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a giant chitin shell, and you guys are like hiding in it, and then you
Ate out its flesh and then you
Yeah,
made a
and,
home out of
and
its
then
corpse.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I
was
made a
beautiful.
little fireplace out of the middle of it. You're burning
Like-
guano.
Yeah, and I felt that could have been perfect. It was like, nah, man, we're just living in this cave now, and adventurers will come to us.
It's
and
what
we'll end
goblins
them.
do.
Yeah, it's what goblins
And the Avengers did come to you. And
Yeah.
so did other hobgoblins.
Yeah.
And other
then,
goblins.
and then I remember the mine collapsed.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Everyone died.
You guys, it was funny. You guys found, like, I described this metal. Okay, I described this. We're way over the timeline, but who cares? I'm gonna just tell this one story since we're all talking about our goblins again. They find this metal that was like stopped them from going because it was harder than their picks. Their picks are made of copper,
Yep.
and
had
so
to have this.
they had to have it. And they're hitting it, hitting it, hitting it. They knock it from the roof. It falls and shatters. Now that should be an indicator of what it was. It was freaking tungsten. Now, it was super heavy, super brittle. It was harder than copper, but not by much. And they just took tungsten and they weighed themselves down with tungsten, thinking they're going to make armor and weapons and everything. And I'm like sitting there like, you guys, do you know what this is? And they're like,
It's like, nope, we're goblins.
Nope.
I'm like, okay. And you kept on
It's
like,
Starman. I'm gonna freaking his sword.
Like, dude, I'm sorry, I have an int of 4. I don't know what shit is.
My wisdom's high as shit, but I have 0 intelligence.
Yeah, I know
mean-
we're gonna make the best stuff with this. I don't know if it's good or not, but we will make.
You'll make great sling bullets out of tungsten.
Yeah.
You won't make jack with them.
But, yeah, but that,
And then-
that was.
And then McStabbins.
Yeah, no
Mike's character.
The
backstabbing.
only competent fighter.
Yeah, backstabbing's fucking. Excuse me. He turned into Captain Planet because it was whenever we needed to get out of a situation, or oh god, we're all dead. It would be Mike's turn, and Mike would just be like, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna crit everybody for like plus 87 damage for sneak attack." And then he just like it didn't even matter what he was up against, and it was just dead. Everything's dead.
And there was the time that Kylie's goblin, who I forgot what it was a barbarian.
Oh god,
Wow.
he trapped himself in the they forgot his ass.
Barbarian.
He got so trapped in the game. Everyone abandoned him. He got killed. And he left.
Yeah, no,
He gave up on the game because it wasn't for him. Because it was just like, oh come on, man, you don't sit there and attack an entire group. You guys were supposed to cut them off and then begin the fight, but no, you just run right out and just start.
We're goblins.
We're gonna win. We're gonna.
Yeah, it's like there's a line of people and we had to get past them to free the slaves, and maybe the slaves will come help us. And then Kylie's character just happened to be like, all right, you guys, funnel them into this small corner I'm pulling myself back into. So he puts himself into the back corner, and we kind of failed the line. We did not hold the line, nor were we funneling, because they didn't care about Kylie, because he was in the hole, and he can't get out now. So, no, you're safe. We'll come back for you. let us kill your support characters first. And I remember...
We'll just burn you out later.
I remember this was the first time I had actually... like legitimately gotten really close to actually dying as a character. Because I was at
all
like
these
4 hit points. Or
all
something.
these encounters were randomized. All these encounters were like
throw black pudding at us.
That was a random roll.
And it turns out they don't destroy your weapons immediately. It deals damage.
Yeah, it does deal damage, but you guys kept on getting hit.
Yeah, we did. We stood in that black pudding for a while.
Leather and wood is unaffected.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but anyway,
Too bad
like
most of
that
it
was,
are metal armor, anyways.
Yeah.
No, I had leather. Actually, I had nothing.
I had
my dex.
I had one armor
My
shoe.
wits.
I had one armor shoe.
Yeah,
That's right.
You wore on
Yeah.
your head.
Yeah,
Gave
I
plus 1/2 AC.
yeah, I demanded that everyone give me shoes. And that once we get better shoes, I get the better shoes, and I give you my hand-me-down shoes.
Yeah.
'Cause I value shoes.
There was a bunch of funny little parts that everyone
Always
did.
rages. What was your character's name?
Masked Rockbiter.
Oh, that's right.
So
Yeah,
it's
and
just
then
like, what do you do? I bite rocks.
and then there was backstabbing, and then it was the
He's a hero.
then what was Jer's character name?
Oh,
No, Ashbourne.
Yeah, Ashburn.
yeah.
And then what was it? It was like Jimmy the Legs or something. That was our little.
No, are you guys those little
bland and boring?
Yeah, bland and boring.
Incredibly bland and boring. The NPC that they
Yeah, pack mule.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a pack mule.
He was a very valuable character.
Yeah.
and he
Not worthless at all.
I remember Jer and I doing very, very bad, terrible, chaotic evil things to that thing.
We were all
just-
chaotic. I think we were all chaotic evil.
We just had like a leg of some other goblin, and we were like, shh, shh, and we'd rub it on, leaving like blood streaks. Shh, it's okay, bland and boring. Shh, I love you. And shh, let you eat the meat. And we just, shh, yeah. Oh, that was
It was the best time.
That was the best of times and the worst of times. Just that was.
It was horrified.
We
you
are-
guys. I was like,
we are
who's
evil
these monsters in my
bastards.
friend? I'm running this game and I'm like, oh god.
Oh my god, these people are just terrible.
This is a
Bland and
goblin
boring.
game.
Oh gosh.
Why did you kill the puppy? Because I need to eat. There's food next to you, but the puppy is succulent and soft and chewable.
They found everything. They killed everything and ate everything, and they made
Killed and ate everything,
and they
including
made, and they made
others.
houses out of their corpses.
Might as well have nailed goblin corpses together.
That was the best game.
Oh god, no, we threw everyone in the pile and let them light them on fire.